Peppa Pig Grandpa Pig to the rescue. Grandpa Pig is taking Peppa and George for a ride on his little train, Gertrude. Gertrude has rubber wheels so we don't have to go on train tracks, says Grandpa Pig.
Wow!
I love Gertrude, says Peppa. Miss Rabbit is in her big train, taking the grown-ups to work. Morning, Grandpa Pig, calls Miss Rabbit. Out on your toy train again. Gertrude is not a toy. She is a miniature locomotive, says Grandpa Pig. The big train is going very fast. It can go much faster than Gertrude. Oh no, the big train has broken down. Gertrude catches up with Miss Rabbit's big train. You need to get yourself a train that doesn't break down like Gertrude, says Grandpa Pig. That's a good idea, says Miss Rabbit. I'm borrowing your little train. All change, calls Mr. Rabbit. All the passengers climb into Gertrude and Grandpa Pig is left behind.
Oh no!
Mrs. Cow is waiting for the train at the next station. Has the train sunk? asked Mrs. Cow. No, this is a toy train, says Miss Rabbit. Gertrude is not a toy train. She is a miniature locomotive, says Peppa. There's a traffic jam on the road, so Miss Rabbit takes a shortcut.
Bonk, bonk.
Hello, ducks, calls Peppa as they ride past the duck pond. Gertrude might not be very fast, but at least she can ride on the grass. Gertrude crawls up the very steep hill.
Wow!
You can make it, cheer the passengers. Gertrude reaches the top of the hill very slowly. By the time she reaches the last station, it will be time for everyone to go home again. Back down the line, Grandpa Pig is trying to mend the big train. Grandpa Pig loves mending things. So many interesting bits and bobs, says Grandpa Pig, but can he put them back together again? Finally, Gertrude reaches the station, and so does Grandpa Pig with the big train. You've mended it, says Peppa. All change, calls Mr. Rabbit. Everyone gets in the big train ready to go home. Off we go, says Miss Rabbit. Stop, cries Peppa. What about Gertrude? We can't leave her behind. Don't worry, we can take the toy train as well, says Miss Rabbit. She uses a crane to hoist Gertrude into the big train.
Wow!
Gertrude is not a toy, says Grandpa Pig. We know, says Miss Rabbit. She is a miniature locomotive. Miss Rabbit drives all the passengers and Gertrude home.
Hooray!
Everyone agrees that Gertrude is the best miniature locomotive in the whole world. Gertrude is the best train in the whole world, says Peppa. The end. Peppa Pig Canal Boat. Today, Peppa and George are visiting the dog family to celebrate Captain Dog's birthday. His cake has a sailing boat decoration on it. Open your present, says Mummy Dog. It's a boat trip, says Captain Dog. That's just what I wanted. Captain Dog puts on his captain's hat and daydreams about their trip. You can go anywhere you want with a sailing boat, says Captain Dog. He imagines sailing to a beautiful tropical island. Then Captain Dog imagines spotting a big blue whale from his sailing boat. He can't wait for the adventure to begin.
Wow.
All aboard! Cries Captain Dog. He tries to raise the sail, but he can't see it anywhere. Canal boats do not have sails. Just push the button to make it start, says Mummy Dog. Oh, I see. Off we go, says Captain Dog. Captain Dog decides to go faster. You should slow down, says Mummy Dog. They are getting close to a mountain. Look out, shouts Peppa. We're going to crash. No, we're going into the tunnel, says Mummy Dog calmly. It is exciting inside the tunnel.
Wow.
It's gone all dark, gasped Danny. And our voices sound funny, says Peppa. This canal boat is fun after all, says Captain Dog. Soon they approach a second mountain. There must be another tunnel, says Captain Dog. Actually, we're going over it this time, says Mummy Dog. We call this a lock. Carefully, Captain Dog stops the boat. Watch, I'll show you, says Mummy Dog. She opens up the gates to the lock. And Captain Dog drives the boat in. Then Mummy Dog closes the lock gates and lets the water pour in slowly from the other side. We're going up, gasped Peppa. The boat is lifted up as the lock fills with water. Mummy Dog opens the gates and Captain Dog drives the boat out of the lock. We're in the sky, shouts Peppa. We're sailing over a bridge, says Danny.
Wow.
I've sailed through the mountains and across the sky, says Captain Dog. This is my best birthday ever. The end. Peppa Pig, Pedros cough. Peppa and her friends are waiting for Madame Gazelle to start their music lesson. Miss Polly Hatty Dolly, sings Madame Gazelle. What is that strange noise? Poor Pedro Pony has a nasty cough. Not to worry, says Madame Gazelle. I'll ring Dr. Brown Bear. Dr. Brown Bear looks after everyone when they are poorly. Dr. Brown Bear picks up his medical kit, jumps in his doctor's car, and drives straight to playgroup. I've got a cough, says Pedro when Dr. Brown Bear arrives. It's nothing serious, says Dr. Brown Bear. But it may be catching, so we'll give you some medicine. Cries Pedro. It tastes like old shoe full of jam. Susie Sheep and Danny Dog start to cough too. As I thought, says Dr. Brown Bear. Pedro's cough is catching. He gives them both some cough medicine. It tastes of carpet flavoured yogurt, says Susie. Yuck! It tastes of flowers, says Danny. Do you ever get ill, Dr. Brown Bear? Asked Peppa. I'm never ill because I eat an apple a day, says Dr. Brown Bear. Soon it is home time and the parents arrive to pick up the children. Hooray! I've got a cough, says Pedro. Dr. Brown Bear came to look after us, says Danny. All the adults start coughing too. Peppa picks up the phone. Dr. Brown Bear, now all the grown-ups are ill, she says. Now it is the grown-ups' turn to take the cough medicine. It tastes like custard and old socks, cries Madame Gazelle. All the grown-ups must take the medicine to help them feel better. No one likes the medicine. Who looks after you when you're ill? Asked Peppa. No one looks after me, replies Dr. Brown Bear. I'm never... Dr. Brown Bear has caught Pedro's cough too. Oh no! Who will look after Dr. Brown Bear? Gasped Peppa. Poor Dr. Brown Bear is taken to hospital. He has some visitors. Danny has brought some fruit. Susie has brought the medicine. Open wide, says Susie. Ugh, cries Dr. Brown Bear. It tastes like jammy yogurt flavoured carpet shoe with floury custard old socks. Soon Dr. Brown Bear is feeling better. Everyone loves being looked after, even Dr. Brown Bear. The end. Peppa Pig, the train ride. Today, Madame Gazelle, Peppa and her friends are going on a train ride. Can I see your tickets, please? Mr. Rabbit asks them. The children wave their tickets in the air. Oh no, I've lost my ticket, Pedro cries. There's your ticket, Madame Gazelle says, pointing to a ticket on the ground. Try not to lose it again, says Mr. Rabbit, smiling at Pedro. All aboard, calls Miss Rabbit, the train driver, as the train pulls into the station. The children and Madame Gazelle jump onto the train and take their seats. Hooray! The train pulls out of the station and heads down the hill. Madame Gazelle gives the children an activity sheet.
Wow!
They have to spot a boat, a signal box, and a tunnel. Just then, Peppa says, I can see Grandad Dog. Ahoy there! Grandad Dog calls. Hooray! The children cheer. And then they tick their boat on their activity sheets. Pedro doesn't feel very well, so Madame Gazelle lets him go to the front of the train. Miss Rabbit lets him wear her hat and drive the train for a bit, which makes him feel much better. Hooray! The train puffs slowly uphill. The train puffs quickly downhill. Whee! Cry the children. The train stops at the junction to let Mrs. Duck and her friends safely across. A signal box that's on our list, says Peppa. Hooray! The children cheer, and then they tick signal box on their activity sheets. The train sets off again. Toot toot! Suddenly it all goes dark. Ooh, we're in a tunnel, Peppa says. A tunnel is the last thing on our list. The children tick tunnel on their activity sheets and give a cheer. Hooray! Last stop, Miss Rabbit calls. But Madame Gazelle, how will we get home? Peppa asks. We are home, Peppa, Madame Gazelle replies. The train has gone in a big circle. So they are right back where they started. Tickets, please, Mr. Rabbit says one last time. Pedro, can I have my hat back, please? Miss Rabbit asks. When Pedro lifts up the hat, there is his ticket. Oh, that's where I put it, Pedro says, and everybody giggles. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.